Can I chew gum while I'm talking? Elena, Elena, Rose, Rose, Catherine, Teresa, Kruger, Valorigio, Wally.
Where did you live?
Marion Street, East Boston. Let me just tell you one thing. I had a lot of fun in my life. I love the ocean. I love the ocean. It's always been my friend. I don't want to be thinking all day long, because then he's coming to me, oh, I forgot to tell her about this. What else would you like to know? An old lady scratching tickets? Oh, yeah, I always win. That's why I'm so rich. I have my mink coat here, too.
I know.
Want me to get a picture of the mink coat? B. Is it? Oh, yeah, there are 2 B's. I got them piled up to the ceiling. You
Really?
know that. You. A. S. If this one's $100, I'll go in hysterics, all right? So you can have something different. You want to remember me scratching tickets, don't you?
Tell me a story you remember when you were little.
You didn't want me to tell you about the horse going up the hill? Oh, okay, I can do that. I was coming out my door with my mommy and daddy, and I was 3 years old. In the horse and buggy day I'm talking about now. There was a horse, we lived on a hill in Marion Street in East Boston, and there was a hill going up, and the horse and buggy was making a delivery of milk to the store, and the horse fell down, and I was looking at it, and I go, oh, the poor horse, because I love animals, and they had to shoot him in front of me, and then I started to cry because he was dead. That's all I can remember. I had this friend that lived in East Boston, too. Her name was Ann Froyle. She started coming over and visiting us. She was a lot older, 16 or 18, somewhere in that vicinity. And she started teaching me acrobats. And every time that we saw each other out, she'd be out there with me and teaching me all the things. So then I got really into it and started doing a lot of acrobats when I was young. What else can I tell you that happened when I was little? Oh, I wasn't exactly little when I did this, though. You know the ships, the schooner ships that bring in the ships from out sea, years ago?
Yeah?
They're huge, they're big, and they have sailboat, or whatever you want to call them. And I had a boyfriend at that time whose father worked on the ship, and I remember being 14 or 15 and going on it. It was in East Boston at the dock, and they're going to do away with it now, I think. Oh, they did away with it. It was huge, and I climbed. I don't know if anybody in the world knows how tall that ship is. And I climbed up to the tall with the nest that was up on top of the stick there, the mast, way up to the top. And the captain came out on the boat and saw me up there, and he yelled up. He's yelling to the friend of his and saying, "Who is that up there?" And they told him, and he goes, "Eleanor, get down off of there, right now, before you fall." So I had to get down. I had to come down. Not funny, but I had a lot of fun. It was fun. It wasn't really dangerous.
That's good.
I didn't think it was. I mean, you had like steps to go. The guys do it. Why can't girls? I was young and full of energy. And I liked scuba diving. And people think that scuba diving's dangerous. It's not really dangerous as long as you know what you're doing. You could do it. Believe me. Anything small that you see out of the water is about 3 times the size in the water. And that's kind of frightening, though, a little bit.
Did you ever go tuna fishing?
Huh?
Did you ever go tuna fishing?
Fishing?
Tuna fishing.
Gone many, many times. You know that. And my daughter caught a big fish, remember? She was, how old? 18? 17?
16. 16.
Excuse me. 16 she was. I forget. She got a 900 and... what was it? 900 pounds, 700, it was odd number, 900 something.
942. Yeah.
932. Okay.
42.
46. 946. Two. Excuse me, two. And that thing was huge. And I did go.
You just gotta relax.
I did go swimming. Remember Jimmy Walshland?
Mm-hmm.
We used to go swimming on that boat all the time. I caught a big codfish, 65 pounds. And every time we went fishing, they had a little pool that you got money if you got the biggest fish.
Oh, wow.
And I won the money. I won a whole $45. Excuse me. Anything else you want to know? What else did I do that was not very good? I was a little son of a gun. No. I hung around with a bunch of girls. We had a great time. We used to go to the carnivals and the beaches and the gambling. I loved to gamble. I. Oh, I used to go to bingo a lot too. Oh, I love bingo. Let's see, what's the name? Do I have to give you all the names of the girls? Auntie Teresa, Matilda, Clara. Sometimes Elaine would come with us too, but she was young too, but not that young, you know what I'm saying. I was the only one driving, by the way. None of them had cars. Did I say June too? June came.
Oh, June came?
Yeah, she knew Clara too, and Matilda, and we were, when I say very good friends, very good friends. Oh, I worked in a lot of nightclubs, darling, and the Mafia, and years ago, what the hell was the name of the restaurant? Yeah, the Frolics. And they came in one night, there was 4 or 5 of them. Of course, they had a good-looking waitress. I don't want to say anything, who had big boobies. And they left me a $50 tip. And that was the biggest tip of my life. I was lucky to get $1 or $2. And I worked in many places. I worked in that sleazy motel. Oh, I don't want to even discuss that. And that was near the Golden Banana. And you want me to tell you this stuff? Huh?
What stuff?
What I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
The Golden Banana had girls in there that used to do stripteases. So one of the girls, nice looking girl too, she had no place to go. So I said, well, you can come home and sleep with me, sleep at my house. And she did, and she started smoking weed, you know, and I said, oh, I don't think you should do that. Then I was dead against that stuff. And so I said, you're going to have to leave, because I have kids. I have a lot of kids in here a lot of times. You know how the house is always full of boys, if you remember them sleeping on the floors and the beds and the couches.
Really did.
Always a lot of food on the counters, if you remember. And of course, you know, Franny, he was my paper boy too. I loved Franny though. He was the nicest boy you'd ever want to meet. Believe me when I tell you. I always tell his mother the same thing. Franny treats me just like a queen. He cooks for me. He does everything for me. He tries to please me in a lot of ways. And I don't care what anybody says, but he's very, very good to me. 1 o'clock, kids program goes on, and I'm a kid, you know that. Oh, God help me.
Hey, you want
You know how many people have this hat on? I hate it.
You?
This thing is old.
Not me.
Excuse me. Oh, you wait for me to tell you a story. I'm not telling you anymore. I told you almost about my whole life. I told. Hey, I'm not telling you anymore. I won't. Well, I won't be here to hear it anyway. So, I hope someday they're all sitting down laughing at this thing. If it ever comes out good, it better be nice because I'll put the Chinese voodoo. Woo! If they give me a lot of trouble, voodoo, you take care of them. St. Jude, are you listening to all this? You have personality, yeah. You got personality, yeah. Yeah. Which do you want, your neck or your back? Which? Neck? Back. Have I got a nice profile? I want to see you enjoy it, so seriously. I want you to enjoy yourself. You deserve. Oh, before I forget, on 94 Lexington Street, when we used to live there, it was a 3-family. And we used to always play buck, how many fingers up. Did you know what that is? When you buck, how many fingers up is if you put your head against the building and you jump on the person's back and you say, then you go buck, how many fingers up. They got to tell you once so you can let them down. If you don't have the right amount, you can stay up there. The kid across the street was gorgeous. He was a handsome boy. Freddie Loughran and Dee Dee was the girl. And they lived in a nice big house, one family. And they had a wrought iron, you know what a wrought iron fence is?
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, they used to have them with the spikes on the top of the fence. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And, June used to like to try to walk across the railing, the thin railing, I don't even think it was an inch thick, with her sneakers on. And we had, in the backyard, we had a church across in our backyard, in the back of it. So they had to fence that in. And they fenced in that yard. It was like, let's say, about a car long, the fence. We used to get up there and climb on that a lot and try to shut off the electric thing. And talk about mischievous, both her and I. Auntie Gloria was the Susie homemaker. She loved to clean house. She loved to wash clothes. She loved to... That's all she did. I told you about Auntie Gracie and I, didn't I? She was about, I'd say, 6 or 8 years older than me, and I was like 6 or 7 or something, old enough to go walking with her, you know. I don't remember exact ages, but she was much older than I. And her and I used to go out together walking. But she went out to pick up cigarettes out the street and smoke them. So she'd say, I'd go, oh, can I try one? Yeah, sure. She'd give me the one, too. They used to throw them right out the window, halfway still smoke. Another thing, people used to tell you, if you chew tar, the hot tar on the street, you know, years ago they had tars on the street. Tar, what is it? Tar, T-A-R. And so, I chew that a lot too. Right off the street, pull a bubble. There'd be a hot bubble blowing up. Pull it and chew on it and spit it out. It tasted awful. What else would you like to know? I'm going to tell you, I wasn't as good as Rose with her acrobat. She's really into it, really. I wasn't. I could do things like put 2 chairs together and do the split, you know, bend over backwards. And Butchie tried it. He used to try to do some of the things I did. He couldn't do it. You know, go against the wall and walk down the wall backwards with your hand. All the things I remember. It's great. But I don't think I smoked a lot, though. I used to hate smoking because we started playing cards. That's another thing. When we started, I was the only one out of all the people that came, we played cards. You were there.
No, I
weren't you?
wasn't. No.
The one that didn't smoke. And when I went to bed at night, I used to stink of cigarettes, and I go, ugh. So I told them about it, and they said, well, try having a cigarette. Then you won't mind it. So that's how I started. Thank God I got that shingles when I did. That's what made me quit. Woo, woo. Anyone wanted to quit smoking, the shingles was one of the worst things you can get. Then I had Joan. That was my first little girl. She was a beautiful little kid too, beautiful. But your father naturally loved you more than anyone. Are we all done?